Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen Squadron 42 monthly report, looking at what Cloud Imperium have been working on over the last few weeks and what they're focused on now in April 2023 for the single-player epic campaign that they've got planned for Squadron. It's also worth mentioning that there are a lot of features that are being refined in Squadron 42's game branch before coming to Star Citizen's persistent universe, and we'll also be looking at AI features in this video that sort of have been worked on for both games over the last few weeks and what they're focusing on now in the sort of second half of the report anyway. Squadron 42 does not have a release date yet, although some of the more major and core parts are starting to come together. Some of the chapters are starting to get finalized, so bear that in mind. Gameplay features implemented multiple user profiles, separated out metadata and global progress such as achievements, and added the in-game option to reload from the last checkpoint. Saving, loading, very important. As part of the ongoing cargo crane work, they began implementing a system to remotely control a vehicle without having to sit in its seat and directly pilot it. They also swapped out the old vehicle radar and replaced it with the new star map, which allows players to zoom and interact the same way as viewing it on the mobiGlas. Also, for the mobiGlas, personal status achievements and homepage apps were added and implemented alongside some of the homepage widgets, or new ones, including mission objectives and personal status. An AppLink hyperlink was also created to give quick access to in-app elements without having to manually navigate to them. Vehicle features, they completed space mines, which appear in several areas throughout the campaign. The devs said this is deeply integrated with bombs and missile operator modes in ships, so the feature has not been very complex to complete. We will be working with the level designers to integrate it with various scenarios in-game soon. The new quantum travel feature was enabled game-wide in Squadron 42, and they received feedback from the directors and testers. This was addressed alongside bug fixing to create the overall desired experience. Vehicle features also work closely with VFX to integrate new visual effects for Quantum. They are implementing a new visor UI rendering method, complete with AR augmented reality elements such as gun reticles and HUD elements. The new UI is contextual, simplified, and integrates with the new multifunction displays, MFDs. This is almost ready to be enabled in-game. MFDs also progressed well. Now that the underlying tech is complete, the team began connecting various game systems, including radar and scanning features. The devs said radar scanning is a big one, and we're making some changes to how that system interacts with the UI to get it all shown in the MFDs. Our goals are similarly to get the new MFD system enabled game-wide for testing sooner rather than later. The Wingman commands feature progressed, which allows players to give orders to support pilots such as attack this target, form up, or defend this target. This feature combines elements of AI, UI, and dialogue, and is nearing completion. Gameplay Stories Focus has been using new mocap to build a complete maintenance loop for the deck crew. This enables the AI to push a mobile ladder into position, use it to climb up to the top of a Gladius, then come down and return to the ladder. The devs said this was quite complicated and took a lot of time to get right, but the end result is a very good looking in-game system. The team also finalized scenes with a character seamlessly climbing into an Argo, grabbing the controls and flying away. Narrative spent some time on in-depth level reviews of one of the bigger sections of the game, along with a focus on revising the script as needed. They looked at the moment-to-moment flow, ensuring the player knows what they're supposed to be doing and where they're headed next. The devs said, while much of this information could be communicated through on-screen prompts and objective markers, but if it doesn't align with what the character is experiencing, there could be narrative dissonance. So our goal is to ensure that information is presented as diegetically as possible so the player and character's motivation align, allowing them to feel fully immersed. The UI art team created concepts for a new vehicle UI style and puzzle screens found across various levels. They're currently prototyping a new modular fluff screen system, which allows them to create environmental screens that AI characters can interact with. The VFX team paid particular attention to large-scale space locations, working closely with art to provide several effects, including dangerous-looking lighting and debris from asteroid fields. They also continued to clean up placeholder effects across several locations, swapping them out for bespoke versions that look much better and match the environment. Let's move on to the AI AI section. AI content worked to refine AI behaviors and implement new features. For the engineer, they enhanced various interactions and routines with interactive entity positioning in the Idris, the Stanton, and that's the name of the Idris in the Squadron 42 Episode 1 setting, and they've been setting up the personal inventories for the ship's engineer. Advancements were made on the utility behavior, including enabling AI to use trolleys in the Idris's elevator. A locker entity was also added too, where NPCs can change their outfits. AI now also use a data pad at the start of their shifts to enhance the realism of their routines. Improved usables and interactions were added to the hygiene and medical behaviors. The janitor behavior has started to be worked on again. It was parked in 2021, but it has now been brought back. AI features continue to work on the buddy AI with a focus on lead and follow behaviors. AI features also worked on grenade use, getting AI to throw them. They check the suitability of throwing a grenade to get the target out of cover. AI have also now been appropriately programmed to know what to do when a grenade is thrown at them, and they will try and get to a safe position. They've been using the melee attacks setup that they had implemented for non-humanoid creatures to help more rapidly prototype the humanoid melee combat as well. So obviously they need players to be able to, or NPCs to lock on to the player and onto each other, and need to work out if there's a possibility of getting a actual blow in with their melee weapon, and this needs to work between non-humanoid and humanoid creatures. They also worked on some more specialized melee scenes and behaviors. AI features also visited a scenario featuring the Vandal to integrate new tech to better play bespoke animations. AI tech made significant improvements to various navigation systems and AI tool features, allowing NPCs to search for players in vents and more complex areas as well. Pathfinding markups were made, sort of having areas marked for cover and preferred traversal, so AI knew how to use it based on the situation they're in. This can be done at runtime, so NPCs, players, and obstacles, they might turn up and the sort of NPC might go, well, actually, this is better cover, or this is no longer cover. AI tech also continued to iterate and polish some otherwise completed features, including NPCs pushing trolleys and NPCs using transit systems and elevators with or without trolleys. Support was also added for hover trolleys. The vehicle feature team progressed with the AI combat rework. They've established a strong design for combat AI and new behavior trees for different types of combat, which are now being implemented. The devs said this is a very iterative process that involves a lot of playtesting. We've already done playtests for all the most critical behaviors, and so far it's looking way better than before. Combat is closer, more engaging, and there is much more movement. We'll be continuing this in the next month. Also, AI ships are now able to detect that they've entered a gas cloud and whether this is accidental or not, and then they can prioritize getting out, although certain alien ships have the ability to more freely enter gas clouds and obviously use it as part of their behavior. Animation worked on AI grenade throwing, healing between AI characters, and the Titan mechanized platform. I want Titan suits. I want my big mech suits. They also progressed with various background character life animations and activities, including NPCs moving crates and boxes and entering swivel chairs. Work was also done on NPCs attacking the player with knives and melee attacks and takedowns. The medical behavior and player-prone movements were also further developed. The ongoing fauna work continued. Animation delivered blockouts for an alien creature and will shortly move on tasks for a dog. Boom! That's it for your Squadron 42 update this month. I like the fact they're working on more alien creatures. I want to see some cool alien creatures and dogs and silly things like that in the game. Obviously, melee combat with terrifying foes like the Vandal or Vandal dogs and things like that is going to be pretty cool. Loving all the work that's going into the AI, hoping to see it in the persistent universe once they've got better sort of server, more stable servers, more stable tick rate. Getting all this sort of cool AI tech in the game will be awesome. A lot of bits for Squadron 42 do seem to be coming together, and they are finishing off large sections of it now to some degree. But I'm interested to know what you think. When do you think that Squadron 42 Episode 1 will be in our hands? Within the next couple of years? Could it be by next Christmas? Are you excited for Squadron 42, or are you much more interested in Star Citizen? Or you're not interested in Star Citizen at all? Have you been waiting for it since 2016, expecting it to come out every year, only to be burnt, horribly burnt? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. The Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is on sale until the 19th of April. This gives you native high-precision head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. Very cool for general immersion, for combat both in ship or on foot. They are absolutely fantastic pieces of kit, and both Zin and I have one. Use the links below to grab one for 15% off or to find out more. Little Nord Riding Hood was on her way to Grandma's house. Upon arriving at her house, she called, "Grandma, are you home?"
"Yes, dear. I'm on my laptop in bed."
Upon seeing her grandma, she exclaimed, "Oh, Grandma, what long fingers you have!"
"Oh, the better to browse the internet, my dear."
"Oh, Grandma, what powerful VPN protection you have!"
"Oh, the better to browse safely, my dear."
"Oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have!"
"Oh, the better to enjoy my greater access to the sites I want to visit, my dear." But seriously, get NordVPN or I will eat you.
The moral of this story is that there are some great deals on NordVPN, and using it can improve your internet privacy, safety, and give you more access to the content you want to see. Get it from the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway for April 2023. It's for a Drake Vulture, the light salvage ship. This will enable you to take to the stars, find wrecks and strip them, as well as craft some useful items with its onboard dispensary. It comes with lifetime insurance and a Star Citizen game package as well. All you need to get into the game, and all you have to do to be in for a chance of winning that, is comment on any of my videos made during April. Also, please bear in mind that there are scammers about in YouTube. If you see in the comments below someone trying to get you to go onto Telegram, or someone not using my main account, which is the account I'm making videos on now, then they are a scammer pretending to be me or someone else, and just be safe on YouTubes. If you would like to further support the channel, please consider subscribing. You can become a Patreon, you can use the YouTube join button as well. That goes an extra mile to help support us and enables us to produce Star Citizen content every day. And that's down to you guys helping support us, so genuinely, thank you from the bottom of my little BoredGamer heart.